Hi, I'm Craig Fuller, Director of Marketing at the Akwesasne Mohawk Casino Resort. Thank you for joining us for our Facebook Live question and answering period. There have been a lot of questions about our grand reopening on August 3rd at 9 a.m. We hope that today's Facebook Live will help answer some of those questions. The border update, first off, I'd like to give an update. Yesterday, Tuesday, July 14th, the U.S. and Canadian governments announced that the U.S. And Canadian border closure will continue until August 31st. To our Canadian guests, we look forward to seeing you soon once the border reopens. We'll see you guys hopefully shortly after once that decision is made. A couple other things. Just want to remind everyone of a few of the major changes that will occur when we reopen the doors here on August 3rd. The casino will temporarily be a smoke-free establishment. Smoking will be prohibited inside the casino. We will have a designated area outside for smoking that guests can exit and re-enter with ease. This is temporary. As society starts to get back to normal, our management team here at the Akwesasne Mohawk Casino Resort will review the smoking policy. So once again, the temporary ban for smoking, that is temporary. As things get better, our management team will take a look and reopen that issue when it comes more frequent. A couple other questions that came in over the past couple days. The 100-mile radius. There were lots of questions on this. The 100-mile radius is also temporary. If you refer to the St. Regis Mohawk Tribal Council Resolution 2020-39, there is still a travel restriction here on the territory of Akwesasne. And that restriction is 100 miles on the U.S. side and 50 miles on the Canadian side. The Akwesasne Mohawk Casino Resort, we are abiding by that policy. We are hopeful that prior to opening of the casino on August 3rd, that the 100-mile restriction may expand. Similar to other regions of the country, our tribal chiefs as well as our emergency operations center here on the territory, they're reviewing data, they're speaking with health officials, and they'll look to make changes every few weeks. Again, we are hopeful that prior to the opening, the 100-mile radius restriction will expand to allow more individuals to come to the property. Another one that we had some questions on out there, one of the ones that were posted the other day as well, face coverings are mandatory. You will need to have face coverings on at all times when inside the casino. Face shields will work. That's been a question that we've had quite a bit. Face shields will do. Basically anything that will cover your mouth and nose while you're on property, you'll need to have those on. The only exception is when you're eating in the tavern sticks or in the Bingo Palace area, you can have your mask off. We have configured the tables in those areas to be 6 feet apart so that you're not close to anyone. If you do have a drink on the floor, we will have beverage servers on the floor. So if you do have a drink on the floor, we encourage you to keep your mask on. You pull it down when you take a drink, or you lift it up to take your drink, but you immediately put it down again for when you have your beverage. Our beverage servers will also have straws, so if you want to have a straw with your drink, you can ask for that as well too. Getting into some other questions that we've had over the past few days. All individuals who enter the casino, they will have a non-invasive temperature check. Our security team at the front door, when individuals come in, will be scanning and taking your temperature prior to you entering the building. Okay. Into some more specific questions that we've got here, again, over the past couple days, even up to this morning. Patty asked, how many people will be allowed in at one time? So Patty, we are currently working with our emergency operations center here on the Akwesasne Mohawk community, as well as the compliance department of the St. Regis Mohawk tribe, and we're determining what that safe number is. We want to make sure that there's enough room on the floor and in the restaurants that people can feel safe and not crowded. We'll have more information on this in the next few days. Again, we're working with the teams in place here on the Akwesasne territory to make sure that we have a comfortable capacity number here for everybody. Another question that came in, Laura asked, when are we going to start taking hotel reservations? So Laura, right now, we don't have a date for the hotels reopening. That depends on how everything goes with our reopening of the main floor. We are opening the casino in pieces. The slot floor right now and the 2 restaurants, that is our first phase. As time goes on and we start to see that things are are good here on the property and on the community of Akwesasne, we'll start to open things up. We don't want to rush and open up things too fast. If you have to ask me, if you are asking me, a rough guess would be probably in September timeframe that we'd be looking to opening up some hotel rooms. Probably not the whole hotel, but some hotel rooms starting in September. Some more questions. Sue H. Hey Sue, how you doing? Sue asked, will there be a time limit on how long you can stay inside? No, there's no set time limit that a person can be inside. And to go along with this question, Gerald kind of asked, do we have to wait to get in the casino when it's at capacity? So the short answer for this is yes. If we were at capacity, you will have to wait in order to come into the casino. Similar to other businesses that have already opened, I'll use Walmart for an example. If they have a capacity of 100 people go in. As soon as people exit, more people will be let in. So that's kind of the same process that we're going to be taking here at this casino. Whatever that capacity number is, if we hit that capacity, as soon as people exit, we'll let people back in. So that's how that will be. A couple more questions we had. Actually, there were a lot of questions on free play that were out there. Are we going to continue to have free play? When will our free play be valid? It looks like all offers, I'll start with the basic question, offers that were out there prior to closure. So offers that were out there prior to closure for the month of March will not be valid when we open in the month of August. It's basically been 4 months since those offers were out there, so we are not going to be honoring those anymore. What will happen in the next probably week or so, you will receive a mailer for the month of August. You will have an offer in there for the same offer that you had for the month of March. So if your weekly free play credit for the month of March was $10, your weekly free play credit for the month of August will be $10 as well. We haven't made any changes to that. You will have the same offer that you had in March for the month of August. And as I said, those will come out probably in the next, within the next week to week and a half. Before August 1st, you should have those in your mailbox. Another couple questions. Kitty asked about tier level. Kitty, how you doing? Can't wait to see you. We'll be extending the earning period for a minimum of 4 months. The 4 months that we'll be extending for, that's going to represent the time that we were closed. And as I said, that is at a minimum. That means guests will have 4 more months to earn points to achieve that next level. So currently our tier earning period ends the end of February. We will be extending that now until the end of June at the minimum. We understand that the border is closed, so we are going to take that into consideration, and what we're going to do is that we will look at that when the Canadian border reopens and have a plan in place for when the Canadian border does reopen, whether it's 5 months, 6 months, 7 months. We will have a plan for our Canadian guests. So we are thinking of all of our Canadian guests, and we do have a plan in place for them when that time does come. We just don't know when that border will open, but when it does, we will have a plan in place for you guys. There are lots of questions out there about individuals who have an out-of-state license but have property up there for summer. Are we going to be allowing those individuals in? Please bring a valid license or photo ID. You will need to have that to come in. You must have a form of ID that has your address on it. Whether it's a utility bill, your power bill, whatever it is, make sure it has your correct address on there for your residents up in this area. As long as that area is within the zip code list that we have posted on our website and you have proper identification, you will be allowed to come into the casino. The name on the ID does have to match the name on the utility bill. We will be scanning all licenses and keeping track of addresses, so we must have your address in order to come into the property, whether that be on your license or on that utility bill. In the event that there is a positive case here at the casino, we will be giving that information over to the correct authorities, the health agents, whoever it is, so the proper contact tracing can take place. So that is for the safety of the employees, and that's for the safety of you guys. That's why we were doing that, and why we'll be a little bit more stringent on people coming in and getting their IDs and making sure we have the correct addresses and contact information. That's for the safety of everyone. Peggy, hi Peggy, how are you doing? Peggy's asking the question. Peggy, Will there be beverage servers on the floor? Yes, there will be beverage servers on the floor. They will be serving all your favorite drinks. Unfortunately, our beverage stations that we've had throughout the property, those will not be open anymore. The only way to get a drink is through a beverage server. Peggy also asked, will we be able to bring a lunch to sit outside? We won't have places to sit outside. I don't think we've ever had picnic tables or anything set up in the area, but there won't be anywhere for you to sit outside. But we will have 2 restaurants in the property, the Tavern and the Stick Sports Bar and Grill, that will be open. They are going to be modified hours, 9 to 11, and also I think 9 to midnight. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but with the Sticks Sports Bar and Grill as well as the Tavern will be open for you to come on in and eat here in these places. Seating will be limited in these areas because we are doing the social distancing with the tables. If you go into our Bingo Palace area, we do have seating set up in there for individuals that would like to sit down as well. We can seat you in the Bingo Palace area. Jean, hi Jean, how are you doing? Jean is asking the question, what would happen if a worker tested positive, and how would the customers know? That's one thing that we've been working on. Our management team here at the casino has been working on to put a solid plan in place to let the guests know if this were to happen. We would definitely be making sure that guests, the community, and the proper health officials are communicated to in the appropriate manner. We would definitely be putting things out on Facebook. We'll be posting on our website. We'll be notifying our local authorities and, as mentioned, the local health officials. We will be gathering everyone's info at the doors to make sure that all those that were on property the day of, or whatever the case may be, if it's an employee, if it's a guest, everybody will be notified. We will make sure that those that were in contact here on that day are notified in an appropriate way. The one thing that this casino has stressed since we shut our doors back in March is that safety is the #1 thing. It's the #1 thing in keeping the guests, the community, as well as employees here at the Mohawk Casino Resort, keeping them safe, and that's what we want to do, and we're going to continue to do. Floor, you're going to see our slot floor is totally redesigned. We have machines that used to be in one area, we've moved them to a different area. Machines that were over here are moved over to this area. One other question that popped up was how many machines will we have? Prior to this, prior to the March closure, we had roughly 1,550 machines on the gaming floor. When we do reopen up here back in August, we'll have roughly about 1,150 machines on the floor. So we're going to lose about 400 machines. We're doing that to make sure that we can properly place the machines out in a proper way, that we can adhere to the social distancing guidelines that we will be following. So you'll see banks of 3, you'll see diamond-shaped machines, you may see a machine, a space for a machine, but there may not be one there. We've taken some machines out from the floor from that way. So there are a lot of different things that have taken place over the past few weeks by our slot team here to make sure that the floor is configured in a way that meets the social distancing guidelines. Some machines, unfortunately, maybe your favorite machine that you had may not be here, but we're still going to have about 1,150 machines on the gaming floor. So that's one. Some people have had questions about RV. Will the RV parking lot be open? Yes, we will be taking RVs starting August 3rd. More information to come on that once we have a more secure plan in place about how we're going to do that. But stay tuned to this Facebook page as well as our website. We will be looking to bring RVs back in as long as the individuals of the RVs are meeting in our zip code criteria. More than welcome to have RVs coming here on property. Remember, the casino is going to be open from 9 a.m. to 1 a.m. We will be closing between the hours of 1 a.m. and 9 a.m. And we will have a team coming in to thoroughly clean the gaming floor. We're going to have new safety measures and cleaning measures in place for our safety team when they do come in and start cleaning the property, and to make sure that we do the best job that they can do to make sure that this place is cleaned thoroughly every single night. That doesn't mean throughout the day that we're not going to be cleaning the property. Our housekeeping team, you'll be able to notify them or notice them on the floor more frequently. They'll have a different color shirt on. On the back it'll say the clean team. They will be spread throughout the property, making sure that games are wiped down, things are picked up off the floor. they're going to make sure that this property is in tip-top shape for you when you guys do come back to the property. You're also going to see an abundance of hand sanitized stations throughout the floor. Probably over 40, maybe 50, I think. The last number when we were looking at that are going to be spread throughout the floor. So at any given time, you will be able to find a hand sanitized station, either in the form of dispensing gel or else wipes throughout the floor, so that you can wipe down the machine, make sure your hands are nice and clean. They will be out there. Face shields, I'm sorry, not face shields, plexiglass has been installed at all the cage windows. So when you go up to hand in your ticket, or you know, to break that $20 bill or $100 bill, whatever it may be, there will be plexiglass on the mask, so you don't, I'm sorry, on the cage, so you don't have direct contact with our cage workers. That'll be at both cages, as well as at the host stand, the ordering station at the restaurants as well too. They have those in place right now. Our front desk at the hotel will have that. When our gift shop does reopen, they will have those in place as well there as well too. All of casino employees, myself included, we are mandated. We will be wearing masks when we come back into the property. So if you see us out on the floor, we will have a mask on at any given time. As well, before we can even come back in the property, we have to have our temperature scanned as well too when we come into the property every day. And that's been going on for the past couple of weeks since I've been back here to the property. So most of the changes that we have here, again, are some of them are temporary, some of them may be long-term, but again, things that we are doing here to make sure that everyone is staying safe. We're following the guidelines that are put in place, and we're making sure that employees, the guests, and the community here at Akwesasne is going to stay safe. Any other questions? I have Travis behind the mic here. Some other questions that came in. Jeremy was asking time frame for table games. As of right now, possibly mid-September, possibly maybe into October. It's a little bit of an unknown. Similar to the hotel question that was earlier there, Jeremy. Once we open up the doors and we take a look at how things are going, our management team will take a look at how you know, the statistics are here with our local tribal council and the health officials, and if once they deem it safe to open up another area here in the property, we will. But again, we're kind of working in 2 to 3 week time frames to make sure that we have the most up-to-date data on everything. So if you had to ask me, I would say probably mid-September, late September, maybe even into October for our table games department. Corey asked the question, will we still have the same number of slots? I kind of answered that one a little bit earlier. We will be reducing about our gaming floor from about 1,550 machines to about 1,150. So we are going to lose about 400 machines when the doors do open. Some other ones, Deb asked about the RV park. Yep, the RV park should be open. The plan is to have it open on August 3rd. Some more information to come on that here in the next day or two. On how we're going to be taking reservations and how we're going to get everything in place for that. But yes, the RV park should be open, and as mentioned, as long as you are within that 100-mile radius for the zip codes, you will be admitted here into the property with an RV. Darlene, points on cards. We haven't changed anybody's cards. If you had, you know, 1,500, 15,000, you know, points when the property shut down, those points will still be on your card. You can still use them to convert them over to slot play. You can use them for food at any of our 2 restaurants that'll be open when we do reopen. So your points will still be on the card. We haven't touched the cards. We haven't made any changes to them. Which you had when the property closed mid-March, will still be there for when we open August 3rd at 9 a.m. Madeline, offers for Canadian customers. The question that Madeline has. Once the border does open, we will definitely be getting offers out to all of our Canadian guests. That's a no-brainer. We will be getting you guys your monthly mailers, and we will start having hopefully some promos and everything back in place once things start to look better here in the area and the community. But again, when we do open the door, for the first little while, your August mailer will start hitting your households here, and those will be your slot play offers that you have valid for when we do open. Again, we didn't make any changes. Whatever your offer was in the month of March, that's what your offer will be for the month of August when we do reopen. Any other questions coming in there, Travis? No? Okay. The one big question that I know one of the biggest fans had out there is that when we do reopen, will Craig Fuller still be doing the picks of the week for the sports betting? You know, I was on an uptick there. I would think I was 1 for 17. I got my last win, my first and only win right when the closure happened. Yes, Craig Sports Picks will be back out there when we do reopen. So good luck to Craig and everybody that follows us on there. I just want to say, lastly, I hope everybody is safe during these times. We are looking forward to having everybody back here at the casino. We are encouraged, and we are just delighted to be able to have everybody and welcome everybody back with open arms. So until August 3rd, everybody stay safe. We look forward to seeing you, and best of luck and have fun.